You just bought your first tarot deck and you're a bit intimidated by it, but you really don't need to be. And this is why I want to tell you everything that you should know before you do your first tarot reading. So you just bought it, you're at the store, okay? And you're excited because now you're about to take your bus ride or you're about to drive back home. And maybe you're sitting in the passenger seat and you're looking at it and you're like, oh my God, I just want to rip all the wrapping and I just want to open it and be in a hurry. And yes, maybe this is how you should do it. But I just want to tell you little things that could make it even better, because I'm always for making an event out of anything, especially tarot. So I would always say, I'm using this one because I think this tarot is so happy and it would be a good first tarot for someone. But yeah, it's the Tarot of the Muse. Be in a good environment, that you feel safe, you feel like you're not gonna get judged, and that you can just enjoy and smile if you want to smile because you think a card is cool, or stare at it for 5 minutes. Maybe it's gonna make you cry, maybe you're just gonna be like, wow, I want to frame this card because it's so cool, or I don't know. Just be in an environment where you can feel safe. So if that's in your car, because I have done that with my friend. I was driving, she was in the passenger seat, and I think she was the one showing me one of her cards, or maybe it was me, I don't even remember, but you could be opening your cards in the car, no problem. But what I really think is important is just that you're gonna feel comfortable to open your cards. How I like to do it is, once I'm comfortable, I'm almost excited. I have like a little drink, maybe I have some tea, maybe I have some like a rum and coke. I don't know what's the mood I'm in that day. Then I get some little snack. I'm all set and ready. I'm all comfortable with my blanket and my pillow on me like that. No one can bother me, you know. I set even the mood on TV. I put Purple Cat on YouTube. I don't know if you know it, but I love Purple Cat. You put a mood, you know, you put your favorite music, even if it's Kings of Leon, it could be Kings of Leon. And then you just get in the mood. Then what I really like to do is open the deck, finally open that deck, rip that shit up, and I just start looking at every card one by one. I keep them in the order. They're usually going to be in the order of the tarot, so like major arcanas in order, and then minor arcana in each of their suits in order. And then I literally just go, wow, and I go next, and then I keep them in the order, and I look at each of them, and I just, wow. And then some of them you're gonna feel connected, and you're gonna be like, I'm putting them on the side. So when some of them are really calling to you, you put them on the side. And then maybe at the end you're gonna realize you find all of them pretty, but some of them, they're like exactly your aesthetic. So let's say you keep these 3 ones on the side, okay? So then what I like to do is just, you get to know your cards, you get comfortable with your cards. You don't need to stress about what they mean. You just look at them, and just your eyes getting to know your cards is already a very fun exercise. Then if you want, you can read what they mean in your booklet, and maybe it's gonna be like, oh, there's a reason. My cat is being crazy, sorry. There's a reason why I was attracted to them when you read the message. But yeah, so first thing I would say, just get to know your cards visually, okay? Take the time to look at them one at a time. Now you've gotten to know your cards. You know what they look like, you know your booklet, you've touched everything. It feels a little bit more like yours now. I will make another video on how to care for your deck, and you can also include the part of how you're gonna care for it, how you're gonna maybe purify, cleanse it if you want. You don't have to. You can literally just be touching it. That's gonna make you ready to do your first reading and looking at each cards. Some people might even want to not look at each cards and keep the surprise. I'm just saying what I what I think is so fun to do that maybe other people would like it too. And okay, so now you're getting ready to do a reading. It might be just for you or it might be to someone else. It's so important, again, not be in a hurry. Like, you never want to touch tarot and be in a hurry, because it's not a life or death situation. It's supposed to be like journaling. You know, it's fun, it's introspection, it's creative. Don't be in a hurry, be safe. Don't do this after a fight, you know, just be chill. Mais Ken, tu peux-tu sortir, ma petite Colin? She's going in my drawers. Oh, she always needs to steal the thunder. Okay, so be in a chill mood, you know? This is what we want, chill tarot. And then there's different ways of doing tarot. You can have a question that you really want an answer to. It can be it could be an open or ended question. But like, don't take it too seriously. The question is just to set the mood and the theme of the tarot reading. You can also, if you want to, you can also connect your energy to maybe an ancestor, to your grandma who passed away. It can even be to like a role model. It could even be to some people, it's to angels, to the moon. You can be like, I'm connecting to my God. You can literally be like, okay, I'm connecting to the energy of the sun. And then it just makes it fun. You can even be playful with that and be like, I'm connecting with the energy of Britney Spears. And then you're like, vibes, you know? Don't take it too seriously and have fun with it. So, first step, connect to the energy of someone or something if you want. Then, second thing, you can set your intention, ask a question, bring a theme to the table. It could be, okay, I just want to know about next week. You know, it could be that, or it could be just, I'm starting a new job and I want to know what's the vibe. Literally, that's how I do my readings, you know, like, it doesn't need to be a nice sentence. What's the vibe for my new job? Then you do your reading. Okay, then the next part that can be intimidating is, how do you shuffle? Is there a way to do the cards? Some people like that are more old school, they're like, no, you have to cut it this way, and then you have to separate it, and then you pick the card. Yes, you can do it that way, but there's some different ways to do it. I always say, just do what feels right, you know? So I'm gonna show you. It's gonna be easier. If I'm doing a personal reading, you don't need to stress about who's touching cards, because you're the only one touching it. That's okay. You can shuffle how you want. You can literally do whatever you want with it. But the thing is, if you're doing a reading to a friend, some people say it only needs to be you touching it and everything. How I usually like to do it is, I'm gonna be the one shuffling the cards. And then if you want the other person to feel like they're putting their energy into the cards, you can say, okay, I'm separating the pack in 3, and then you ask the person to put the order that they want. So maybe they might do this. Then you're like, okay, thank you. And then from there, you can decide to spread it like that, and then they can pick 3 cards, you can pick 3 cards, or sometimes you can just go like this and see the ones that fall. And then, whoop, that's too much, girl. You can also just see if there's some cards that are gonna fall. Like I have this one that fell. And then you can say, oh, this is gonna be our reading. Or you can literally go like, the 3 on top are gonna be our cards, past, present, future, something like that. And then you're gonna read these ones. When you're putting your cards like this, Some people might prefer that the reader, so like you, picks the cards. But it's a fun way to make the people that you're reading to participate, because they can literally just choose what they want. Sometimes I like to just close my eyes and see if I can feel one is more attractive. I don't know. It's just a feeling. Or sometimes you're like, oh, this one, I looked at it first, and then you just pick like that. Like, don't take it seriously. These are, I would say, my most popular way to do it. It's the spread out, you pick, or the three on top, like this. Ooh, this one. Or I really like to do, I'm talking, I'm asking the question, doing the theme, and then seeing which cards fall. Now I'm picking two. I could have picked three, I could have picked four, I could have picked just one. And then I have the Magician and the Sun. Ooh, love it. So this is how I like to shuffle and pick the cards for the reading. So now you have your cards, you picked your cards, okay? And then, what do you do with them? Well, you can first of all literally just stare at them and look at what the image says. And then take what you got, and that's it. You can give it your interpretation. If you're alone, you can journal about it. If you're doing a reading with someone, you can both talk about it. Oh, I think this makes me think of like a fountain. And then this is like all the wonderful creativity that came out of this. I don't know, this, and someone else could say something completely different. And then you're just like, that's a vibe. Or you can also take the booklet, because there's a booklet, and then read what it says. And then you decide if you want to read the whole 300 pages or if you just want to read the keywords, you know, like the keywords, and then you have a message, and then you have paragraphs, and then at the end we have like a little poem. Well, you don't have to do, there's no right way to do it. And you know what? The reason why I started to do tarot was not to know the future. The reason I started to do tarot was to develop my intuition and trust my intuition more. So what I mean by that is, like, I would always be stressing like, oh, I'm scared of not making the right choice, and then being stuck in a box of like the choice that I made, and then like not being able to get out of it. So making choices was like more intimidating. But then with tarot, when you that's why I really like to shuffle it like that. When you shuffle your cards and you're like, okay, I trust that the ones that are falling are gonna be the ones that I need to see for today, and you don't even take it more seriously than that. It helps with trusting your gut feeling. And instead of reading the cards, sometimes I'm just gonna look at them and trust that the message, the interpretation that I got is what I needed to see. So I would say it's really fun to not read sometimes and do on purpose to just do that. This is all I wanted to show you today about what you should know. It's more about what I want to tell you before you do your first tarot reading. And I'm just here to make it more fun and more chill. You know, like I said, your question can literally be, what's the vibe for this week? And you can go check out my playlist about all things tarot, and I also have 13 lives that I did, live streams, where I literally open each tarot and oracle decks that I have, and that's a vibe.